Hey Instagram! I'm Jenny Peterson and this is my first video on IGTV. I'm so excited about IGTV and I had to make this video tonight based on a quote that I posted on my Instagram earlier. The quote says, "Fear can show up as a perfectionist." And I wanted to share with you my aha moment that I had today around that quote. Okay, so when I first heard about IGTV rolling out, I was like, this is gonna be big. This is gonna be huge. Anybody else felt like that? I thought, I need to jump on this. Like, this is the next thing. I need to get in there. I need to do it. But I kept saying that I needed everything to be perfect. Here's how. First, I told my husband, because he likes to be first on everything, and he was like, Jenny, why aren't you doing IGTV? And I was like, well, I gotta watch this training, okay? I gotta watch this training. I don't know what I'm doing, so I need to do the research, and I need to figure out what I'm doing first, okay? So that took me a couple weeks to finally watch the training. And the training I was watching was by somebody who had just done his first IGTV. So is he really an expert on IGTV? You know what I mean? Like, he had already done it, and he was figuring it out. So that was my first excuse of why I didn't just jump right in and do it. Then we were getting ready to go on this big family trip. And I was like, you know what? I'm too busy right now. I'm getting ready for this trip. I have to do it later. I'll do it tomorrow. That's my go-to thing. Like, I'll do it tomorrow. Okay, so then we're on the trip. And it's this big family trip. We have 25 of us in grandma's house with no air conditioning in New Jersey, okay? In the middle of July. And then I was like, I can't do my first IGTV here. There's people everywhere, families everywhere. Plus, I'm literally sweating my face off. I'm dying. Like, I can't do it here. So I pushed it off again. And I saw this quote today, and it says, fear can show up as perfectionist. And I was like, oh my gosh. I have been saying I can't do my first IGTV because I need it to be perfect, because I didn't have the training, because I was not in the right location, because I didn't have my lighting, because there was too many people around, because I was too hot, all of these things. And it really came down to, I was afraid. It came down to fear. It was new for me. This is new for me, you guys. Like, I'm used to doing live videos on Facebook. That's my comfort zone. That's my wheelhouse. I don't know what I'm doing here. You know what I mean? So I've been pushing it off. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm afraid. And I'm saying that it's perfectionism. I want it to be perfect, but it really is because I'm afraid. And I have seen so many other people do this to themselves. And it's a form of self-sabotage, okay? It's a form of self-sabotage. And I've seen so many other people do this. I've seen people not join my business or not start their own business because they want to wait for the perfect time. They want to wait for the perfect time. Everything has to be perfect. And they need to know everything before they can get started on doing their own business. And they just wait and wait and wait. And it's fear. And I have seen other people, these are real stories. I saw somebody else who, I coach a lot of women on how to do live videos. And this one person in particular, she was spent months getting ready to go live, getting ready to do her first live video. And it was like, I'm getting my station set up perfectly. I need the right phone holder. I'm getting my perfect lighting. And every time I talked to her, it was how she was getting ready to do something. And everything had to be perfect. And it took her a couple months to just get ready to do the actual live. But in fact, it was fear. She was afraid of going live. But sometimes fear can disguise itself as perfectionism. Okay, I've seen it also with, I work with a lot of women that do online parties. A lot of women that I work with won't ever do an online party because they're waiting till they have the perfect party script. I'm working on my script. I'm working on my script. I'm working on my script. And they never do an online party. Here's what I've learned. And I just heard this the other day and I was like, oh my gosh, yes. When we have this like perfectionism, mentality when we need everything to be perfect, we want to get an A+. And sometimes we waste all of this time making sure it's completely perfect before we put it out there, right? And I heard this saying that we need to aim for a B+, because a B+ can change lives. Okay, work that we never produce because we're too busy making it perfect is going to help no one. Do you know how many lives that's going to change? 0. Zip. So B+. And I was like, that's hard for me, because I don't know about you, but I was a good student in school. I got straight A's, like B+, but you know what? I've seen so many other people not do a training, not roll out a training because it's not an A+ yet. You know what I mean? But what's happening is that while you're waiting for the perfect timing, while you're waiting to get everything perfect, other people are out there jumping in, hustling, figuring out as they go, producing a B+, and they're hustling and running circles around you. They are claiming their share of the market. While I'm sitting here figuring out, watching training videos on how to do IGTV and figuring it out and thinking about doing it and thinking about what I'm gonna go do a IGTV episode on, there's other people who have already done it. And I believe that it's important to be one of the first people to do something, because the market rewards those who take the risk and jump in first and figure it out as they go. Think about the first people who did YouTube. Where are they now? Think about the first people who did Facebook Live. They really, really have an advantage by jumping in and just going for it. Are they perfect? No. Are they figuring it out as they go? Yes. Are they going to get better every single time they do one of these? Absolutely. And it's much more important to jump in and get something out there and share your message than to perfect everything and end up producing nothing, or spending months and months waiting to produce something. Do you see what I'm saying? So fear can show up as a perfectionist. That's my message for you today. And please join me again on here. Oh, another thing, I almost didn't do this because it's 10:30 at night, but I'm gonna post this tonight because I have to, because I absolutely have to, because the moment I had that thought of, I'm not gonna post this because it's too late, I was like, nope, I'm not doing this tomorrow. I'm gonna post it now. I'm just gonna get it out there. I'm just gonna post it right now. So I'm gonna post this right now, and I will see you later, okay? Bye, y'all.